Coming up on State of Events, thousands push back against a proposed oil drilling project near Mount Diablo.
Plus, San Francisco State students speak out after reduced access to a key campus facility impacts their work.
Also, a new proposal could change the legacy of Cesar Chavez amid serious allegations.
State of Events starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome back to State of Events. I'm Isabella Guerrero.
And I'm Carson Eisenberg. Today is Friday, March 20th, 2026. First up, hikers, bikers, and bird watchers are petitioning against potential oil drilling at Mount Diablo State Park. Reporter Jordan Sistena has more.
Rolling hills and abundant wildlife. That's what Mount Diablo State Park has offered visitors for decades. But that could all change with the Bureau of Land Management's proposal to use 1 million acres of public land for oil and gas developments. Back in January, the agency announced this plan as part of the Trump administration's effort to increase domestic energy production. The areas to be targeted by oil drilling include Pinnacles National Park, Black Diamond Mines Regional Preserve, and Mount Diablo State Park. Last week, the public comment period for the draft proposal ended. More than 60,000 people petitioned against the proposal, with concerns ranging from public health to wildlife well-being. The Bureau of Land Management's environmental review says projected oil and gas developments in places like here on Mount Diablo would cause minimal impacts on air quality. However, that same document acknowledges potential risks to groundwater and surface water. Juan Pablo Galvan from the preservation group Save Mount Diablo says that environmental review minimizes the true threat of oil drilling in the state park.
Obviously, these things have serious impacts to the wildlife, the environment, the water, the air quality, neighborhoods.
According to the Center of Biological Diversity, projected oil drilling threatens many endangered animals, like the San Joaquin kit foxes and the California condor. Bill Guthrow is an avid bird watcher here in Mount Diablo who is not happy about the proposal.
It really makes me angry because this is an amazing place. I mean, it really is a treasure, and there's a diversity of wildlife here that there is nowhere else.
With the 60,000 petitions in mind, the Bureau of Land Management will release the final draft of their proposal on May 22nd. For State of Events, I'm Jordan Sistena.
In California news, Governor Gavin Newsom says he supports a proposal to rename Cesar Chavez Day following serious sexual abuse allegations. The claims include accusations involving young girls and civil rights leader Dolores Huerta. Huerta says Chavez assaulted her in the 1960s. Cities across the country are now reconsidering how they honor Chavez.
Back here on campus, students are dealing with challenges that could impact their future careers. Reporter Natasha Wilson has the story.
At San Francisco State University, students in the fashion department are raising concerns after being blindsided by reduced access to their sewing lab. Burke Hall, once a 24-hour workspace, is now only open for about 20 hours a week. Senior and Social Director of Fashion Network Association, Ryan Hill, says the changes are creating challenges ahead of the senior runway show.
We're having to fight, in quotes, for these machines because we all know that we only have a certain amount of hours to do it. And then if we're not able to do it there, we have to come to the Makers Lab.
Fashion students have turned to the Digital Creator Makerspace Lab, which offers just 2 sewing machines compared to the over 20 in Burke Hall. Tabitha Ramaj, a double major senior in fashion design and merchandising, blames lack of professors, proper training, and internal communication.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. I just wish that it was communicated better with the students, and the excuses that we were told were just that the biggest issue was that students were using the wrong needles for the wrong machines. And if we were told that prior, last semester before, 2 years ago, that would have been an easy fix for the students.
Faculty are also blaming their decision on damaged equipment and theft from students. Hill and Ramaj insist they have never witnessed or heard complaints about theft.
We share all the time, so I'm not sure where that story came from. damage. Maybe one machine was broken, but from what we've heard, it was simple things that could have been fixed.
The Senior Showcase requires students to produce full collections.
And we have to change a lot of our designs accordingly to the lab being open and closed,
forcing designers to rush their projects. Despite the challenge of dealing with such extreme limited resources, the show must go on. Stay tuned for the Senior Showcase Runway Show, which takes place May 7th. I'm Natasha with State of Events, reporting from San Francisco State University.
World leaders are racing to address the rapid growth of artificial intelligence. According to the Associated Press, U.S. and Europe officials are weighing new regulations to limit AI risks, especially misinformation, job losses, and data privacy vectors. Tech companies face growing pressure to explain how their systems operate, while experts warn the choices made now could define how AI is governed and trusted for years to come.
Coming up after the break, budget cuts are impacting student athletes and March Madness is underway. Stay with us.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Welcome back. Budget cuts are having a real impact on student athletes here on campus. Maria Hermosillo has the story.
Here at SF State, budget cuts have been affecting the students dramatically, not just with the educational part, also the physical part. We have been having our students practice on the field, taking away their indoor gym, track and field.
In the decline of the athletic program for track and field, students are second-guessing attending SF State. While they have recruited great athletes,
we lost the field part of track and field, and we also lost a lot of our sprinters, and so it's really just the distance team, and so our team got smaller.
So it makes it harder in conference for scoring and everything because all the other teams have field events, jumping events, sprints. We only have distance, so it puts us at a disadvantage for sure.
It's a little bit disheartening because so now we don't officially really score in any track meets. We are kind of just doing it for cross country, which is only one season. And so in track, we're kind of just out there running just kind of for fun because we're not really scoring as a team.
At San Francisco State, the finish line may have came sooner than expected.
March Madness is officially underway, so now is the time to finalize your bracket. Following the last games of the first four, the NCAA's men's basketball bracket is now finalized. Thursday kicks off the first round with matchups including Ohio State and Texas Christian University. Over the next few weeks, the tournament will narrow down through the Sweet 16, Elite 8, and Final Four before a national championship is crowned on April 6th.
Baseball is back in the Bay Area. The Giants opened their season March 25th at Oracle Park, aiming to build momentum after an up-and-down 2025 season. Fans are buzzing to see the team debut their new Gigantes jerseys and cheer on a fresh start. Opening days always brings energy, but this year it also brings high expectations for a stronger, more consistent run. First pitch is just days away.
When we come back, a reality TV story making headlines.
And a viral phrase defining digital culture.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to State of Events. The upcoming season of The Bachelorette, starring Taylor Frankie Paul, has been canceled. ABC says it scrapped the season after a 2023 video of Paul was made public. The footage appears to show Paul screaming and throwing objects at her former boyfriend. Paul also appears on a Hulu reality series, and her representative says the video omits context. CNN has not independently verified the video's authenticity. Authorities in Utah confirm she is the subject of a separate domestic violence investigation.
Dictionary.com has named 6'7" word of the year. The phrase has no clear definition and has gone viral online. The viral phrase, popular with kids, teens, has no clear definition and is often used as a joke or expression of uncertainty. The trend exploded on social media this year with roots linked to a rap song and viral videos, and even spread into classrooms and sports culture. Dictionary.com says the pic reflects on how language is evolving online, calling it a linguistic time capsule of this year's culture. So what do you think about 6'7"?
Honestly, 6'7". What do you think? Do you think 6'7" should be in the dictionary?
Yeah, 6'7". I just bit right on the highway. That's all we have for you today. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, State of Events, through the QR code displayed on the screen.
For State of Events, I'm Isabella Guerrero.
And I'm Carson Eisenberg. See you next time.